Okie dokie. So, I have the entire day in the caravan park today. It is still overcast, miserable, rainy, not so windy today. So there is absolutely no reason for me to even consider going for a walk. Just as procrastination bait. The only thing I'm going to do is tuck myself in the back of the van and try to flex the creativity muscles. I don't know whether anything's going to come of it, like publishing wise. There's a couple of things I want to maybe, fiddle about with, like finally getting around to editing those videos of the 12 Apostles, for instance, the proper camera ones. I haven't touched those yet. They're still sitting on the camera memory card. There's one or two ideas for short form content, like, shorts and TikTok style crap that I thought I might toy around with. There's also that sketchbook I bought before becoming homeless, van guy. Haven't even touched that yet. Haven't even so much pulled it out of the bag. I had such dreams of sketching every day before the reality set in of just how much energy it takes just to be in survival mode while you're living in a van. And what it does to your mental health when you already have mental health problems. Yeah. I might have been, as funny as it seems, as tough as it was trying to look forward at the start of all this, because it was a deep depressive episode. Even then, I think I was a tad optimistic, which is shattering to think about. If even that much was too optimistic. Anyway, I am unclear on if I'm going to want to check in vlog-wise. But I did record some stuff yesterday around the park. Just, we can slot in for today's vlog. And also I can talk about the food, which I didn't take any video of, but I did try those other two Campbell's Instant Cup meal things. Remember about like a week ago, I think it was, ish. The macaroni and cheese was particularly disappointing. Very, very bland. Very bad noodles. Well, I tried the carbonara for dinner last night, along with some fresh bread rolls that I got. Well, day-old bread rolls, really. Fresh-ish. But yeah, the carbonara was actually pretty decent. It wasn't especially flavorful, but it tasted vaguely like carbonara should taste. And unlike the mac and cheese, the addition of cracked black pepper and some chili flakes, which were just, they're in the camp kitchen. The camp kitchen has some a very small selection of condiments and seasonings, including black pepper and chili flakes. And that definitely lifted up the carbonara a bit, made it fairly satisfying. Oh yeah, remember yesterday we mentioned the train line? Seems nice enough. Basic, but nice little kitchen, laundry, coin operated, even a nice little pool. It is just a little bit creepy though. All these cabins, just all these identical little cabins lined up. This feels like something out of one of those weird little horror movies. Seems quiet enough. Well, I say quiet enough, except for the train line that runs immediately opposite. Yeah, maybe every half hour or so. Thankfully it didn't go throughout the night, but started pretty early, like 5:30 a.m, something like that. It's not so bad. At least I'm not recording anything important. And yeah, this morning I had the bolognese one, which was not good. The sauce was fine. Again, it tasted like, I don't know, the cheapest, most mildly disappointing canned bolognese you might have ever come across. And the noodles were not spaghetti noodles, of course, so we can't really call it spaghetti bolognese, but they didn't, to their credit, on the packaging. They were just sort of little fractions of noodles, skinny ones. Yeah, despite leaving it for longer than the package said, the noodles never softened properly. So they're a tad crunchy. I'm not talking al dente, I'm talking... So, yeah, the texture was not good. But it was satisfying enough, you know, food in the belly. So I don't sit here feeling hungry, which is the absolute minimum you can hope for. Oh, geez. Someone's going around the kitchen fully stocked. They got 2 bags, a bottle of drink. Are they just going to stash the stuff in the fridge, or going to make a big breakfast? Can't tell. It disappeared from view. I forgot to record an intro for this bit. I got straight into doing the thing and forgot to do the pre-thing. So, continuity error. This packet's already been torn open. But alongside the camping stove, my friend also gifted me a couple of cans of food, some ham and cheese rolls, which I had last night, and this, one of those instant coffee sachet things. But this one's from Nescafe, which are better than the ones I've been drinking. But this is one of their gimmicky ones. This is inspired by Kit Kat candy bar. I'm pretty sure Kit Kat's worldwide, right? Is it Nestle? I think it's Nestle. Yeah, it's Nestle. Nestle's a problematic company, but they do make some good candy bars. So, and I do enjoy Kit Kat. So yeah, what you're about to see is the preparation and then testing and then mini review, I suppose, of the Nescafe Instant Mocha inspired by Kit Kat. Spoiler alert, I like it. Oops. It does actually smell a little bit like a Kit Kat. Like you can smell the wafery kind of smell. Weird. Oddly enough, the one thing missing in this kitchen is a bin. I thought it might be in here, but look. Yeah, we even have some basic kitchen supplies. Some pot, some frying pans, even a French press. Aww. Well, we'll take our trash with us. Like we want some spices back here too. Some soy sauce, peppercorn, oregano, everything bagel. Hot sauce. Is that salt? And that'll be chili flakes. Yep. Nice. Alright. Should have bought my tripod. I've got the phone kind of jammed in between 2 slats of this metal table at the moment. It's almost decent framing. Alright, let's give this a little bit of a go. It's still a bit hot, but... It does taste vaguely of Kit Kat. Mostly because of the hint of wafer in it. I mean, it's a mocha, so it's supposed to taste of chocolate and coffee. And that's the only other real component to a Kit Kat, is the chocolate. So yeah, whatever little flavoring trick they're using to get that little hint of the wafer in there, it's working. But I don't think we need any sweetener. No, definitely don't need any sweetener. Yeah, that's sweet enough. Pocket spoon. So yeah, Nescafe Mocha inspired by Kit Kat. Approval. Very, very good cold afternoon beverage. Not sure I'd want to start my day with one of these, but then again, a mocha really isn't a first thing in the morning kind of drink. Not for me anyway. You might feel differently. But yeah, early in a cold afternoon, when you are not feeling quite childish enough for a lovely hot chocolate, but not serious enough for a coffee, in comes the mocha. So, I I approve of the gift. Thank you. So, I'm going to climb into the back now, and I'm either going to be creative, or I'm going to continue watching the Deadpool movies, which I started last night as I was drifting off. Got through the first Deadpool, and about halfway through the second, before I was like, you know what, I'm going to turn this off and come back to it. I don't want to fall asleep halfway through, so then I put on some Family Guy to drift off to. So yeah, the procrastination bait is sitting there in the form of the second half of Deadpool 2, and then Deadpool and Wolverine, of course. But we'll see. I'll also have to really think about finding a place to stay during PAX, because I can't do that event out of the van. It just isn't practical. So I'm going to have to spend for 3 or 4 nights in a motel or a 3-star hotel, somewhere where I can get a room and that has parking. Because trying to do that event and manage living out of the van simultaneously, and you know, because I'm going there on a creator ticket, so I do have to, you know, I'm required to produce content. There's no specific content I have to produce. I'm not sponsored by any brand or anything, so I'm not working for anybody, but I am there on a creator ticket, and the expectation for a creator ticket is to create, which I enjoy doing at those events anyway, so that's hardly a slog, but I do need somewhere to work, because it's going to have a slightly higher production value than these. Although, judging by some of the trash content some of my peers put out at these events, wouldn't have to be much higher production value. Yeah, that's right, I'm throwing stones, throwing shade. There are some really garbo content creators that just put out just vapid idiot trash, and they don't know what they're doing, and they can't operate a camera to save their lives, and nothing's exposed properly. They don't know how to edit properly. If you're going to do something, do it properly. Anyway, in the back with me before I get too sassy. Oh, this is my first creative choice for today, by the way. Setting up the camera to frame myself behind the steering wheel. You like that? It's not a particularly elegant piece of composure, but it does comply to a couple of tricks of composition. Can any of you name them? I keep looking at the wrong side of the phone too. The lens is here, not here. Here, not here, because I have to flip the phone up the other way than I usually hold it to get the shot. And I keep forgetting to look at the right place. Like I said, production values. Update. Actually have been working. I've got a little bit of writing done. Intended to write a few script outlines for some short form videos. I'm not sure how short they'll end up being. I tend to be over verbose sometimes, even when I'm trying to communicate simple concepts. But it doesn't matter. It got done. But then my back gave out. See, the only space I have to work at the moment where I can get my laptop on my knees, and this is how I've been editing, is I prop the pillow up against, you know, the back door of the van, and I plop my ass where my head usually is, with my, you know, Grogu Udi, you know, wearable blanket thingy underneath my ass for a little extra padding, because this self-inflating mattress sucks ass. Not exactly ergonomically sound. It's usually good enough for the, 2 hours tops that I'll need to slam together these videos, because there's not a lot of complicated editing in these vlogs. I just put the clips in order and, you know, chop them down appropriately. But, yeah, as it turns out, sitting like that for 2 hours, writing, researching, referencing, all that sort of stuff, I don't know what's different about it, but, or maybe it's just I'm doing it earlier in the day instead of the end of the day. I don't know, but my back really hurts, and I can't sit up anymore. So I'm taking a break. I'm not giving up. I'm calling it a break. Just for an hour, maybe 2. Doom scroll, watch a movie. I don't know. But hopefully my back will relax enough for me to get in another couple of hours before I have to scream in pain and lie down again. I miss having a proper chair and a desk. Good news! It got worse. It got much worse. If this video goes up in time, it means I edited it while lying on my back, trying to balance the laptop on my tummy. Because I'm too scared to try and get up. That's super cool. Slightly worried about tomorrow, because I have to leave the caravan park tomorrow, time's up. If the back's still like this, I don't know how that's happening. Can't drive like this. So yeah, today's fucked. And I'm not going to draw this out, just say my thank yous. Thank you to support, the likes, comments, PayPal, Patreon, Super Chats. And thanks for watching. I have to admit, this was more or less inevitable because my back is effed. I've been low-key fearing what situation I'm going to be in when my back does severe up. Could have been worse. Could have been in the middle of nowhere. So, 2 hours of work. That's what I got done today. Two legitimate hours of work.